During these holy days, as we begin this new year, one of our jobs is to dive deeper into ourselves and to understand more about who we are and become better about how we go about living our lives. In order to do this, we must learn to acknowledge the truth. And doing so isn't easy. It's something we must constantly strive to do. It's a sign, Judaism says, of true wisdom, of constantly striving to embrace the truth. The great Rabbi Nachman of Breslov teaches us that one who always wants to be victorious is very intolerant of truth. The truth may be staring him in the face, he says, but because he is determined to win at all cost, he ignores it completely. If you want to find the real truth, you must rid yourself, he says, of the urge to win. Then you will be able to see the truth if you wish. But for so many of us, in our minds, Rabbi Nachman's words mean that we need to be a loser in order to find the truth. We fail to see that by recognizing who we really are, what our life really is, what our relationships actually consist of, where our career path is leading us, why we do what we do, and when it is that we feel truly content, we're coming face to face with our truth. And in doing so, we are winners, even if that means the truth leaves us uncomfortable, pushes us to shift directions or change goals, modify our expectations, and redefine ourselves. By digging deep and listening to our soul, listening to our heart, listening to ourselves this new year, the truth is going to rattle us. It might make us feel lost. But when we allow it to guide us, we will find our true selves. These days, as we rightfully hide behind masks to protect our truth, or righteously refuse to wear a mask to protect the violation of our truth, we're living in a pandemic not only defined by COVID, but by judgment. There is so much judgment out there. And whether we wear a mask or not, my judgment, your judgment, their judgment is visible for all the world to see. We know we are right, and we are disgusted by those who are wrong, and we despise those who attempt to silence our truth, and yet we work tirelessly to silence their truth. We do so because our truth is right, and their truth is wrong. But what if? What if we might be wrong? The mere suggestion that you might be wrong makes some of you cringe right now. And this makes sense because, as Rabbi Nachman taught us, one who always wants to be victorious is very intolerant of truth. And as we seek truth, let's be honest, our intolerance transcends masks and vaccines. We live in a society where being humble, accepting that someone else might be right, listening to other points of views, debating with our family and friends and neighbors about countless topics. This makes us uncomfortable, and these days, very few of us are willing to be uncomfortable. So as a result, we stop seeking the truth. We embrace our truth, even though it might not be the truth. John Milton, who lived from 1608 to 1674, lots of you might know him as the author of Paradise Lost. He was one of England's greatest poets and also one of the foremost political philosophers in England. And he teaches us the following. And though all the winds of doctrine were let loose to play upon the earth, so truth be in the field. We do injuriously by licensing and prohibiting to misdoubt her strength. Let her and falsehood grapple. Whoever knew truth put to the worse in a free and open encounter. Truth emerges victorious through a free and open encounter. It is this free and open encounter that we need to engage in ourselves over the next several days. Ideally, we should have a free and open encounter about life and relationships with those we are connected with as we begin this new year. And a free and open encounter should be allowed to characterize the way we interact as a community, as a people. Because from such an encounter comes truth. And as we engage in these encounters, may we have the fortitude to welcome uncertainty and discomfort, which comes from the realization that we may be wrong. That doesn't make us losers or weak or bad. It means we are truth seekers. And this is good. This is holy work. Let us remember, as Vincent Price, the president of Duke University, said at this year's convocation, some truths are self-evident, and some are not. Learning to question your truth, hear the truth of others, and courageously adjust to a new truth. This is what the new year is all about. And I wish us all a Shana Tova as we search for truth together.